Hello there, my favorite person. Welcome back to the More Than Social podcast. I am beyond excited to have you here. And guess what? We're diving headfirst into an absolutely fantastic September series. You see, over the last few months, I have been chatting up a storm, honestly, with more and more entrepreneurs inside of our More Than Social podcast community on Instagram, actually, and especially during the Rise coaching sessions. And what I've been doing is actually jotting down all those burning questions that really just keep popping up during our chats. Now, why? Because I am all about delivering the trainings that you actually want to know, not just the trainings that I think you might want to know. So, drum roll, please, because today's spotlight question is: what are your best tips to turn leads into booked appointments? Now, before we jump right into it, let me just set the stage. There's this awesome mortgage agent who threw honestly a bunch of curveballs my ways about this topic. She's kind of got this amazing knack for just asking all the right questions, and it really got me thinking, hey, why not dive deep and address the whole shebang with you too? So that's what we're doing here today. That is exactly what I want to cover in today's episode. But hey, I do want you to know that if you've got a question that's popping up, whether you're listening to this or just in general, and you're like, Lisa, I need answers, just send me a message on Instagram. You can find me at Lisa and Coaching. Let me know that you tuned into this episode and just toss your question my way. I'll be spending the next month answering all of your questions, all of fellow entrepreneurs' questions, to make sure that you have everything that it is that you need. Sound good? All right, cool. Now let's dive into the heart of today's question. As a reminder, it was, what are your best tips to turn leads into booked appointments? So let's talk about turning those leads into appointments for your business. Imagine this. You've been running some incredible Facebook ads for lead generation specifically. And oh boy, the leads are actually rolling into your business while you are sleeping, while you're hanging out with your friends and family, or even while you're just working on other aspects of your business. But the thing is, those leads, they aren't turning into booked appointments. That's not what we want. Well, guess what? Guess what's the number one thing that most forget about when they are running leads? The follow-up game. Seriously, that is where the actual magic happens. Remember that very first email that you sent out. That is what most people do, and then they stop there. But let's be honest, sending one email, a solo email, might not be enough to make sure that you're staying out in their inbox. Now, you might be thinking, Lisa, how many follow-ups are too many or even too little? Here's the scoop, okay? Would you give up just after one time reached out to a friend? Just one time you reach out to them. No, I don't think so. So why not extend that same courtesy to those leads? A friendly nudge now and then can do absolute wonders for your business. And oh, trust me, you're not being annoying. You're being persistent. Just remember that you don't want to go overboard either. After a couple of nudges, if you're not getting a response, it's probably time to do some rethinking and thinking if this is the right strategy for you. Well, actually, you can do more than a couple nudges. A good rule of thumbs is 7 to 10 nudges. 7 to 10. That is right. When you are in the groove with following up with leads, hitting that sweet spot of 7 to 10 times can be the charm. Now, think about it. Just like nurturing a new relationship, it takes time to build a connection. And really, if you've ever been ghosted by someone after just one hangout, well, you know how that feels. So remember, persistent pays off. Don't be afraid to reach out. But here's the twist, okay? It's not just about sending an email to follow up. It's about crafting each follow up as a chance to build a relationship. So each email is another date that you've had with this new friend or this new person that you've met. And how do you make the most out of those dates? How do you make them count? By being yourself and seeing if it's the right fit, right? Because here's the scoop. People aren't just looking for services. or offers. They're looking for someone who gets them, someone who can actually help them cross those hurdles, get over whatever it is that they're struggling with. So this is where storytelling really waltzes in. You want to share stories, how you've helped other people conquer similar challenges to what your lead might be facing right now. Remember, it's not about showing off at all. It's not about showing off. It's really about showcasing your expertise in a way that is resonating and helping them. So by doing so, you are building trust, you are showing empathy, and you're making them think, hey, this person really gets me. They can really help me. So, in a nutshell, when you're nurturing those connections through email follow ups, remember, it's not a one size fit all deal. You want to personalize it. You want to connect and let your value really shine through in a way that's as natural as chatting with an old friend. And with that golden nugget, let's circle back to that mortgage agent who threw all these questions my way in the first place, which really just sparked this episode. She wasn't just wondering how to get those booked appointments. She was diving deep into the art of building those meaningful connections through the follow-up emails. I know we're on the same page here, that it's not all about just big numbers within our business. It's not a big number game. It's about creating a lasting connection that's here for the long run. Now, let's chat a bit about writing those follow-up emails, okay? And actually, let's dive right into that moment when words all kind of just get tangled and jumbled together in just this whole mess. We've all been there, my friend. And you know what? It's okay. It happens to the best of us. At a certain point, though, you really got to ask yourself if it's a better use of your time to outsource this side of your business. That's where a copywriter could come into play. They're like this word wizard is kind of what I like to call them. Seriously though, the copywriters at our agency, they are mind blowing and super, super creative. I love it. A quick reminder though, if you go the route of outsourcing a part of your business, bringing in backup isn't a admitting defeat. It's actually a smart move. After 8 years in my business, I can tell you that the moment that I let the expert do their thing, I saw better results. The art of email writing is like whipping up a gourmet dinner. My husband does a lot of the cooking. It's really just about finding the right blends of ingredients, if I like to think of it simply. To give you some actionable steps, here are 4 golden nuggets to remember when you're writing those emails to get people to actually book those appointments with you. Number 1, speak their language. Remember, you're not just sending emails, you're having a conversation. Use the language that your lead resonates with. And imagine you are sitting down and having coffee. You're just sharing stories, you're sharing tips. Number 2, you want to make sure you are offering value. In every email, deliver a pinch of value. So it could be a quick tip, it could be a relevant blog post, a podcast episode, or even an inspiring story. By offering value, you're showing that you're not just here to sell. You're here to actually help them. Number 3, call to action. Do not leave your leads hanging. Give them that clear next step. So whether it's scheduling a call, checking out a resource that you've put together, or replying to that email with their thoughts or their opinions, you want to guide them along that path and literally tell them exactly what it is that you want them to do. And lastly, number 4, inject personality. This one is big. Infuse your emails with your unique personality. Seriously, let it shine. So whether you are witty, whether you're warm, maybe you're wildly enthusiastic, just let it come through in your words. Just as if someone was hanging out with you, that is how you want to show up inside of your emails. Now, after you've poured your heart and your soul into crafting these email follow-ups, you need to remember this one next step. Automate it. Seriously, automate it with email marketing. The best and honestly, the smartest move you can make is automating your email follow-up. Imagine this. Every time a new lead enters your bubble, your perfectly crafted follow-up sequence is sent into their inbox just like clockwork. It's kind of like having a personal assistant without relying on the salary. Oh, and speaking of leads, let's shift gears a bit. It's not just about having a follow-up in place. It's about also delivering and driving as many people into that new follow-up system as possible. And guess what? I've got something special in my sleeve just for you to really, really help you do that. What I've done is I put together a detailed guide that shares the secrets of growing an insanely targeted email list online. So inside, here's exactly what you're going to find. You're going to learn how to leverage email marketing to supercharge your business growth and really rake in those booked appointments. The one big mistake that entrepreneurs often make when relying solely on social media for business, a straightforward 4-step roadmap to integrate email marketing into your business strategy, not to mention 8 years worth of golden tips and tricks to really amplify your email marketing results. It's everything you need to know to really crush your email marketing game in the best way possible of how I'm using crush there. So if you want to access it, all you have to do is click the link that's inside the show notes, or even feel free to send me a message on Insta. I am happy to send it over to you. So if you're all fired up about turning those leads into booked appointments and skyrocketing your business, I hope today really just helped create some new ideas and really show you that gap that is inside of your follow-up process. So don't forget to download that email marketing guide and remember to keep rocking, keep hustling. You are doing great. If no one has told you that yet today, just remember you are doing amazing. So until next time, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.